Welcome to mrGoetz's Flipped Classroom. It is Monday, November 8th. This is the beginning of week 12. Grades are due at the end of this week, and that means that we have a test in all classes this week. I'm going to go ahead and run through the audio-video production review. This takes us way back to the beginning of this class. We have the opportunity to access the classroom community, working on skills, careers, producing, exhibiting, performing, writing, journalism, entertainment services. Yes, this is everything on the first slide. And I have 97 more slides to go. I had students do this because I think that when we look to our left, we look to our right, the people around us may have a greater impact in our life than the teacher. I'm one teacher in one class. And the more I'm able to build relationships, understand the students, have them start to talk to each other, that's a good thing. So this was something we started the school year out doing. We watched a video about Adobe Premiere. We have industry-based certifications, and one of the certifications is using Adobe Premiere. It's one of the videos that we watched. We researched social contracts. Social contracts and rules are a little bit different. Social contracts are how we have agreed to treat each other in the classroom, how we've agreed to work with each other in the classroom, and we did that for each of my classes. Social contract says, how do you want to be treated by the leader, treated by each other? How do you want to treat each other when there is conflict? We have a social contract. And students either sign the social contract or they note a reason why they didn't sign the social contract. And typically when I do that, we end up with further discussion that's good. Respect is a two-way street. Sometimes when I have texting parents back and forth using Google Voice, they say, let me know if my son or daughter's disrespectful, and I say, well, let me know if they say that they've been disrespected by a teacher or by an adult on campus, because it's a two-way street, y'all. We're sharing the air, we're sharing the space. We all have 206 bones in our body. We all have 26 chromosomes. We got way more in common than we have different between us. The social contract is just for the period. So I have 6 of them on the wall because I teach 6 classes. What are your strengths? How do you know? Did someone tell you? Did you compare yourself to someone else? We'll share out shortly. We do strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Supported by evidence. Learning to understand my thoughts so I'm confident and spend less time second-guessing myself. We will write down what our strengths, weaknesses are. Those are internal. And then what opportunities, threats are. Those are external, and any other thoughts or comments. I talk about the carrot and the stick. A carrot and a stick is, a carrot's a reward, a stick is a punishment. And for some students, being possibly sent to the hall is not a threat or a stick. It's a reward to be sent out to the hall. And it's really interesting kind of looking at strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats in relation to rewards, and rewards being carrots and sticks being something we don't like. What it says at the Acropolis in ancient Greece, it says, know thyself. That's the big goal here, know thyself. What would your boss, classmates, or family say your strengths are? What achievements are you proud of? Don't be modest. What are your negative work habits and personality traits? What do you avoid because you lack confidence? Be honest. Opportunities. Hopefully, students saw mrGoetz's class as an opportunity, and they did not see mrGoetz's class as a threat. Who's your competition? Will new technology or skill demands slow your progress? How is your career interest or job industry changing in ways that could affect your advancement? This is a video where a guy in a Superman t-shirt talks about a personal strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. Some people know this from the marketing or advertising industry, the SWOT, S-W-O-T, but it can also be done personally as well. What projects you want to do in this class? Write on an index card. Can you stay after school for the audio video club Tuesdays after school? We don't have transportation after school, but if you've got your ride, 5 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays after school, audio video club. because students are encouraged to join extracurricular organizations. Taxpayers have asked for it, and that is what students deserve. And I actually had a student the other day who asked me if there was a list I knew of student organizations on campus. It was a wonderful question. I've got to put pen to paper and get to it and put that together. Learning about opportunities such as Career Tech Organization, we're looking at Skills USA. Skills USA is $16 to join, and dues are due February 1st, 2022. So we have until February 1st to work on it. And these are different competition areas in Skills USA. So audio, radio, broadcast news is done in 4-person teams. Digital cinema, television video production is done in 2-person teams. And photography is solo. I'm not sure if digital cinema is 1 or a 2-person team. I forget. Oh, here it is. So this is students interested in, maybe they don't like photo, maybe they don't want video, but they like radio and music. They can work on audio, radio production. 4-member team. In this competition, they have 2 hours to write and produce their rundown before the assigned time. 2 students serve as the news anchor team. 1 student's a technical director, 1 student's floor director, and we can mimic all this stuff here because we can actually have those positions the way our classroom is set up. And then, is this 1 person? Digital cinema. So this is more filmmaking. Contest is divided, written exam, storyboard. Oh, teams of 2. Okay, so teams of 2. Very good. And we had a phone call with our District 10 manager last week, and I have a video of he and I in a class talking about Skills USA on YouTube already. Teams of 2, I'm calling this the theme team. So I've got a camera set up for the theme team, and they can go around campus, and we actually did a little bit of theme team work last week when we went down to the animation club, the art and anime club, and we talked to students down there. And then students are checking out cameras, so things are going really well. Students getting ready for that photography competition. And then if you're not in my class and you want to go to Skills USA and compete, here's an opportunity to be involved in a mock job interview. And these competitions are going to be in person in Waco at Texas State Technical College, February 18th and 19th. So dues are due for Skills USA February 1st, and then we go to compete February 18th and 19th. And that could be a Friday and Saturday. I don't know. Could be a Friday and Saturday, or it could be a Saturday and Sunday. Career Technology Student Organization, because when we learn new skills, our reality changes. This new reality can include additional opportunities. As a first project, we did an audio video production 1, did a 10-shot self-portrait. It lets you share your daily life with others using images and sound. Write a list of 10 things you feel describe you, which you identify, and put some music with it, put a voiceover with it. In the level 2 class, we looked at some green screen video that we were cutting out some of the football players. When you're proud of something you've done, how do you let people know? Also, can you help with Jumbotron video for the home football games? This was, the first home football game was October 1st. I think this is probably in September I was talking about this. You going to do news in this class, or are you going to do other types of projects? We got a partnership with PBS, Public Broadcasting Service. This is about the Student Reporting Labs, a 3-minute video that we watched. So not only are students encouraged to be in extracurricular organizations, but also in career and technical student organizations. What is news? Do I want to work on it? What are the different types of news? Understand our connection to PBS, and then look for a fit between you and Skills USA competition areas and news. Building the next generation of media makers. Meet PBS Student Reporting Labs. The future's now. How young storytellers are building a stronger, more diverse media industry. A couple of very good videos there. This is news. Audio radio production is news. Broadcast news production, yeah, that's news too. Digital cinema production, that's not news. So this is narrative, could be more fictional. Television production, theme crew, that's sort of news. You know, maybe a news magazine, maybe longer form type of news. Photography is sort of news, right? There's photos in news, but there's other things like fine art, photography, and Commercial photography, advertising, industry needs photos. So photography is sort of news. It's another way to look at how students want to work, if they're involved in news or not. A job interview is not news. Students sometimes say that they're not interested in news. There's different areas of interest in this class, and Mr. Goetz wants you to make a good choice deciding your areas of interest. Do you want to attend the Austin Film Festival virtually? We had 6 students got virtual passes to the Austin Film Festival valued at $225. That was at the end of October. Explore extracurricular opportunities and how awesome it is to live near Austin, Texas. We talked about the Cap Metro 990 bus, and I don't know if the 990 bus runs on the weekend, but it might be nice to have a field trip where a group of students and I and maybe some other teachers go downtown. We can take the 990 bus and ride for free with our Mainer IDs. I will balance new content with continuing to work on projects. We worked with QuickTime Player. Right now I'm recording this using QuickTime Player as a recorder. We look at TEKS alignment, looking at opportunities always, building skills, changed realities, and maybe more opportunities. This is how to use QuickTime. So what I'm doing right now, I teach students to do in my classroom. If you have a family business, or if you have a family business, you're looking for new customers, your son or daughter in my class could be producing marketing materials for your family business to get new customers, to get new clients. Does technology require one specific use or multiple and different uses? Can social media be used professionally? The student applies academic knowledge and skills in audio and video projects. We talked about social media. We've talked about making it professional social media. There's work for class, and then there's work you're proud of and want to show people. It's Premiere Pro. And I was talking about motivation here, and I end up pushing it even further by starting to watch some motivational videos in class. What's your reason for learning this? Students, I was a sales rep for 10 years. Students don't learn for my reasons. They learn for their own. And the art and science of being a teacher is learning what those reasons are and catering towards them. What's your reason for learning this? Fun? Is it informational? How to record a voiceover in Premiere Pro. Adrian and Michael talk about football at school. This is pre-COVID here. A couple of students were going around talking about the football season when the school opened. Turn in my first project, right? The portfolio project with 10 photos in it. Turning in work, what I need to do, what I want to do, make something I want to share to make good use of our time and feel some satisfaction, right? Came in and did some good stuff. When you want to learn to do something, what do you do to learn? What's something you wanted to do recently and searched up how to do it? We started making how-to videos. How to know if you're in the friend zone, shot at Mainer High School years ago. This video is about 3 or 4 years ago. A how-to video, how to know if you're in the friend zone. The student applies academic knowledge to video projects, write a plan for a how-to video, work by yourself or in groups of 2 or 3. I didn't want any groups bigger than 3. Write a plan, how-to, group work, solo work, make stuff. One of the graduate classes that I took at University of Texas at Austin in the College of Communication studying radio, TV, and film, the goal of the studio was a media lab to make stuff. To make stuff. Period. End of sentence. Why are we learning this? To make stuff. Mr. Goetz makes a how-to video on the board. That's right. Search up how-to video on your phone computer, shout out the URL, and we watch some how-to videos together. This is a website that talks about the difference between an explainer video and a demo video, different types of how-to videos. Have an idea, right? And the video could be concrete, like how to tie a tie, very specific, or a how-to video could be abstract, like how to start a podcast. How to start a podcast could have some individual steps, but it's much more open to interpretation. So the how-to videos were either concrete or abstract. And we're becoming better media producers. We therefore become better media consumers. So we are not just eyeballs in front of a TV. We are producers with voices, and as we produce media, we become a little more savvy as we're consuming media or seeing other media, right? Producers and consumers. These were some deadlines that we had. We have a president, vice president, and a secretary/archivist for the Audio Video Club, which is nice. And these were the grades that we had for the second 6 weeks, post to a discussion forum. We took a quiz online. We did how-to video. We did some spooky Halloween stuff, spooky, scary sounds, voices, stories. Discussion forums is one way to know about the world. It's asynchronous communication where you post to a discussion forum you're interested in. Progress on the how-to videos, very nice. Spooky stuff again here. Look at some online forums. Went through a lot of them, and I've got some flipped classrooms. I have some flipped classroom videos about online forums as well. Have you ever been to the Domain in Austin? In a week from tomorrow, we're doing a virtual field trip to the Domain where we will have professionals who work in the Domain talk about what they do, how they do it, and I believe that all of the CTE clusters are represented at the Domain. What we have out there is culinary, technology, cosmetology. There's a doggy daycare thing that is vet, so veterinarian. Tesla's got a spot out there. Fiat used to be out there. Autotech is out there. It's going to be a good field trip. I've actually been cold calling some of the different businesses in class while the students are listening with a script. So I wrote a script, and I haven't had any students step up to make some cold calls yet, but cold calls are big in sales. I know how I'm going to make money in this world. I kind of know how I'm going to make money in this world. Ask someone what they plan to do to make money in this world. Ask someone what they plan to do to make money in this world. Apply knowledge of audio and video production, script production, some writing. Got the assignments here. We did a Nearpod assignment that was about digital citizenship. So Digital Citizenship Week was in the middle of last month. Xello, Xello, is something students were using to look at what career might fit for them. Looking at job opportunities in career tech, job opportunities at the Austin Domain. We worked on Xello. We got video projects going on. A job is something where you trade time for money. A job is something you're passionate about. We will probably have to work and earn money in life. Will I pick a job or will a job pick me? I do not want my students to settle for anything. I want my students to be able to pick and choose what they want to do next, and I would prefer that decisions weren't made for them. Will I pick a job or will a job pick me? Let's go shopping at the Domain. We watched some wonderful videos shot from the sidewalks at the Domain. Demonstrate skills related to seeking and applying for employment. Students filled out job applications. Some of them did it print, and then some of them did it by filling in a PDF. It was great. Fill out job applications, select a job application. They had 10 different ones. I had one in Spanish as well. Job, side hustles. You can have multiple jobs. And rock stars with day jobs. Talked about side hustles. We'll probably have to earn money in life. Let's call some people at the Domain. Read and write. There was a Spanish language application available. Picked a job application. mrGoetz has approved my completion. I am not collecting students' social security numbers through filling out job applications. I do have access to their home address because it's registered with Manor ISD as a student. The purpose of the job application is to fill it out, and then they have it. So that way, when they do fill out an application or they're ready to apply for a job, they've done this before and they have all the information gathered together. How do I share good news? What apps do I use? This is when we started going towards digital portfolios. Professional standards, create a career portfolio. We did a portfolio post, and this was last week. We're looking at Skills USA teams and competition areas. Reasons why people need a digital portfolio. Bulb app, B-U-L-B. Bulb app is one option, and then we're also using Google Sites. I'm trying to get Adobe Spark working again. Spark has worked in the past, but currently isn't working. But that's another option for creating a digital portfolio. Adobe Spark, Google Sites, and Bulb app. Choose. Post a photo, what that photo is, why it's important to you. Take a screenshot, post it in Google Classroom, mark as done. Looked at job applications, and some students, when they send me a request for a letter of recommendation, they include a resume. It's helpful. A lookbook is a printed portfolio. So if you work in remodeling houses, you do bathrooms and tile work, a collection, a photo album of your work is a lookbook. If you were to come in and scan those photos with our flatbed scanner here, or to have those imaged digitally on your phone, then we can make a digital portfolio. For the musicians and other creatives, an electronic press kit is the way you do a digital portfolio. We talked about YouTube channels, talked about Instagram account, Twitter account, and I am not looking to follow your child on social media. I am looking to open the conversation of what is professional social media, and then what is social media done primarily for fun. Right? So there's different purposes for these tools. Who am I on paper? Who am I digitally? Who decides? Bullying, cyberbullying, right? And what I encourage students to do is to populate these different profiles with things about themselves. So a professional looking at a digital portfolio knows more about the student, knows more about the job applicant. The recruiter in athletics knows more about the athlete. The college knows more about the applicant, the student. So students can decide. I demonstrated Bulb app, Google Sites, and I've got some Adobe Spark stuff from years in the past that's worked before. Calling people at the domain, we keep doing it. Do the post, and then send it to me, and mark it done. Take a screenshot, and mark it done. That's it. You've been watching mrGoetz's Flipped Classroom, and you have just seen the first 11 weeks of audio-video production at Manor Senior High School. Thanks so much for watching.